Hey, what's up, guys?
I'm Jake.
And I'm Tyler.
And this is Spirits with Spirits.
So today, we're going St. Patrick's Day themed, as you can see, green.
Yeah, we're going full on St. Patrick's Day theme. You know, it's the holiday season.
We gotta get in the spirit.
And we do.
With spirits.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say we're rocking an Irish Cream Stout. I got nervous. I thought we picked up an IPA, which they're bad.
Yeah, pick up a cider instead.
But this is an Irish Cream Stout by Southern Tier Brewing Co. Never had it before.
No, where are they out of? I
couldn't tell you.
See, they have a website. Oh, Lakewood, New York is where they are brewed and bottled.
So if these are any good, we'll let you know, and you can go to New York and give them a try.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's got a little Leprechaun hat. That is going to be the topic of our discussion today. We're gonna be talking about some Irish lore. Hey, get away. We're gonna be talking about Irish paranormal lore and kind of folk tales that are based around Ireland and in Ireland.
Yeah, so not necessarily just leprechauns, but like, just we're expanding our horizon outside of the US.
Yes, especially St. Patrick's Day, the holiday, the Irish Cream Stout.
Let's go ahead and break these open and give her a taste real quick.
Let's freaking do it. Now, I hope mine doesn't explode. I've been moving it a lot. We have the Snoopy bottle opener.
Oh, we need a bottle. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right here, yeah.
The bottle, the open.
Yeah. Nice. I'm just gonna go for it to hope that it doesn't explode.
Jeez. That was aggressive. We got a towel.
Clean up on set.
It smells good. Give it a smell. That's a nice smelling drink.
It is.
It smells like an Irish Cream Stout.
Let's go ahead and, it's got good head in here.
Yeah, because you freaking...
Because I exploded it, but this is 5.8% alcohol by volume. For all you math geniuses out there, figure how many you need to drink to get drunk.
Let's take our sip.
Let's give her a try. It's not bad.
I don't mind that. That's actually pretty good.
For some reason, I was expecting it to taste like root beer for some reason.
No, that would be good.
Yeah, but we need to find a spirit-themed root beer. That would be ideal. Or we make our own. That would be actually really cool to try.
I've got an IBC root beer in the fridge. Oh my gosh.
Also, if my voice changes throughout the video, it is because I am getting over some sickness, and this is not what I normally sound like. So welcome to the video. If you're trying to get into stouts, I think this would be a good option.
It is seasonal.
So
yeah, I don't know.
Stock up.
All right.
Very nice.
I guess we should probably get into telling some stories.
Yeah. Sorry, microphone.
I'm leaving that in. It's crazy how in these Irish stories, so many of them are like, I have no idea what this word is just because it's like an Irish place. Like this first one says, on the right bank of the Slaney, below Enniscorthy, stands an old manor house called Bundherrig. That's 3 words that I just have no idea. Get away, Tubeless.
All right, so we've got some stories right now to go over. These ones are from Spirit Halloween, which is an odd place to find some stories.
It is.
So
good on them. They're getting into spirit.
Yeah, they're getting into other spirits of not just Halloween.
They call it Spirit St. Patrick's Day.
So it starts out with a prelude. Should I read the prelude?
Just get into the story.
Okay, let's get into the story. We don't care. We'll link it down below. You can read it. All right, so this is about Lady Isabella in the Ballygally Castle.
Ooh.
For all you Irish folk out there, if I mispronounce anything, I apologize in advance.
There's going to be a lot of it because I'm also going to mispronounce a lot.
Yeah. So the Ballygally Castle.
That's crazy.
Okay.
What a way to start.
All right. Tongue twisters. So the Ballygally Castle was built in 1625 by Lord James Shaw and his wife Isabella. It's one of the oldest buildings in Northern Ireland that's still in use today, and it's also home to a familiar ghostly presence. Isabella was pregnant with Shaw's first child. He desperately wanted a boy and would do anything to get what he wanted. When Isabella gave birth to a girl, Shaw was unhappy, to say the least. He stole the baby from Isabella and locked her away in the top room of the castle. The situation quickly went from bad to worse, eventually ending in Isabella's tragic demise. Isabella fell out of the top story window. Some legends say that her death was the result of an attempted escape. Others claim it was suicide.
Dang.
But many people think these stories are cover-ups. They suspect that she was pushed from the window by Shaw or his goons. Goons?
Goons.
Homie has goons? He's got a castle and goons?
The goons of Ireland. Dang.
That's, I mean, power to you, dude. Like, all right. Either way, Isabella has been haunting the Ballygally Castle ever since. It's just so weird to say Ballygally Castle.
Is that really?
Yeah, Ballygally Castle.
Wow, that's how it looks on paper, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna put a picture of it somewhere, or maybe we already have.
I'm not even gonna attempt to do like an Irish accent and say the name of that castle.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just gonna
That'd be insulting. Anyways, so guests have reported multiple sightings of a ghostly figure roaming the halls. People constantly hear noises and feel her presence. And while she's considered a friendly ghost, her story is genuinely chilling.
I don't know how in the world she could be a friendly ghost after being pushed off by some goons.
Well, that's why I wonder if it was like her trying to escape and maybe accidental, or
But I would still be mad.
like
Like the reason you died was because your husband trapped you because you had a daughter. I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, like it's not your fault. Like you don't choose what gender of child that you have. Like it just happens.
And back in the day, if you got the wrong one, it was your fault.
That's just weird. To be fair, we used to kill people for witchcraft, but
people be crazy back in the day.
People are crazy. The period of time that we were killing people for witchcraft compared to today is such a short distance.
Did you know that we are closer to Cleopatra than Cleopatra is to the building of the pyramids?
That's crazy. History's crazy.
Next story?
Oh yeah, another sip.
This one?
Yeah, so it's gonna be that one.
Toothless? If you don't shut up right now.
We're gonna bring you to Ballygally Castle.
All right, our next story is about the haunted river of Kilkenny in Kilkenny, Ireland.
Why are we gonna kill Kenny?
What?
What did Kenny do?
Speaking of witch trials, this story dates back to Ireland's first witch trials.
Really?
So this story begins in 1763 at John's Bridge in Kilkenny. There was a devastating flood in 1763 on Green's Bridge, which was just a different bridge in the town. The wreckage was terrible, and over 100 people headed to John's Bridge to watch the flood and the mess that the Green Bridge collapse had made. But as people are observing this destruction of Green's Bridge, John's Bridge also collapsed.
Well, dang.
And tragically took the lives of around 16 of the spectators. So 2 bridge collapses in one day.
I mean, that's what you get for like just sitting there watching.
Yeah. And
It's kind of messed up.
And since this horrific day, people have reported ghostly figures haunting the scene and rising with the morning mist. John's Bridge was rebuilt many times, most recently in 1910, but this story will always be a part of Kilkenny.
That reminds me of one of the few times that I've been like physically scared and like want to get out of somewhere. I used to go down in school like 2 hours away from home. Sometimes traffic would be very bad, so I would take side roads to alleviate some time because a lot of times at night they do road construction on major interstates. So I'm going down some side roads and then all of a sudden like this fog just like comes out of nowhere.
Oh, jeez.
And it's low-laying fog. I am driving through pastures on each side of me, and I'm the only one on the road. There's no street lights, there's houses, but like all the lights are off.
You're just praying. You can't see a damn thing.
Was it banshees or they have like road spirits basically that like just appear in the back of your car. So the whole time I'm just like,
Who's back there?
I kept turning the lights on in my car, and I'm like, please don't be anybody in my rearview mirror.
You're freaking out this whole time.
But like that fog thing, that reminded me of that. How creepy would that be just to see like you're at this bridge and then all of a sudden fog.
Fog of
and then
these ghosts.
People in the middle of that fog.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
yikes.
Crazy.
All right, so this is just another Irish paranormal lore kind of story. This one is about Lord Tyrone and Lady Beresford of Waterford.
That's a lot of Fords.
Yeah, I probably got them wrong. So John and Nicola were orphan children who were taken in and raised together by atheist guardians. The pair made a pact to never forget their Christian origins of birth. The first to die would come back to the other, thus proving that there was life after death. That's a fun little,
I like that.
fun little way of doing it. Years went on and the two grew into adulthood. Nicola awoke one night to find her brother at her bedside.
That's already creepy right there.
He told her that he had just died.
Oh no.
And he was there to fulfill their childhood pact. John, who was Lord Tyrone apparently, told Nicola of prophetic events to come, including her own death at age 47.
Jeez.
She was obviously terrified and asked for proof that the vision was real, and he grabbed her wrist, leaving a permanent mark on her wrist.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane. Imagine a ghost gives you like a scratch and it just stays there forever. Apparently she always wore a black silk ribbon to hide the mark on her wrist. So everything her brother said came true, except she lived to see her 48th birthday. She celebrated a party with her friends and family and a clergyman who knew her as a child. She was delighted to outlive her brother's prediction and told everyone about it. Her joy was cut short when the clergyman produced a birth registry that showed she was actually a year younger than she thought, meaning she was 47. Yeah. She then resigned herself to her fate. She went home, made out her will, and died the very evening. Now, legend has it that both her and her brother haunt the land that they grew up in.
That's crazy.
I've never heard of like a ghost pact like that.
People are, their husbands, their wives, they're, hey, when you die, just flicker a light so I know that you're there. Like, that sort of thing. Like, I think that's kind of what that is, which is kind of cool to me, because I've even talked about that in my relationship of like, well, actually with us, like,
we've talked about it.
I have said that I'm gonna come back and completely just mess with him. Like, if he's still filming at that point, if I die, like,
this is free content right here. Like, one of us dies, like, we've got ourselves a YouTube channel right there.
I'm coming back. I'm gonna like spirit box everything. Oh my gosh. I'm pulling.
Forget the hotels. Just anytime. Yo, Tyler, I gotta make a video this week.
I'm gonna be there.
I feel like that'd be kind of fun. And the other thing of like the ghost literally like grabbing her wrist and leaving a permanent mark. Mm-hmm. Dude, imagine we're just chilling at like our next haunted hotel and like if there's a ghost here, and let us know. And they grab our wrist and like leave a permanent disfigurement on our arm. That'd be
absolutely insane.
I mean, it'd be an awful way to end the investigation for us personally.
Right.
But it'd make for a great video.
Yeah, it'd make a great video, and I feel like that's irrefutable proof.
Unless, do you remember that girl on TikTok, the Scar Girl?
I don't think I do.
I guarantee so many people know about that, but it was some girl on TikTok that was like, she has this scar on her face, and it became like her personality, I think, and everyone thought that the scar kept moving.
Really?
And everyone thought she was faking it, and maybe she was. I don't know how that saga ended, but it was like a massive trend where everyone's like, Scar Girl, is she real?
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's hard because camera angles really change like how things look. So
it looked a little silly.
It did? Silly. Well, I hope you're not faking it, because that'd be...
Scar Girl, come on.
Yeah, come investigate with us. We investigate in Tampa. We're trying to expand our horizons.
We'll go anywhere.
Yeah, we'll go. I want to go to Ireland, actually.
Ah, yeah.
Like, I would love to go just to visit, and while we're there, just like, hey, ghosts.
I've been to Ireland.
Top of the morning to you. That's
the reason why we didn't get Guinness was because that'd be like too basic. We had to spice it up a bit. And the last time I had a Guinness was from the Guinness factory in Ireland. So not to flex, but
yeah, but you can't beat that.
What are you doing after that?
That's like drinking milk straight from the cow. I feel like you can't beat that, like bottled.
I'll be honest, I didn't like
bottled. It. Oh, you didn't?
I was like freshly 18, and granted, I still don't think I like Guinness to this day, but I didn't like it then.
See, Guinness was like my go-to for the longest time when I was getting into what I really like is alcohol and stuff. Stouts were like my go-to, and now I have very much grown to enjoying. I like bourbons and stuff like that. So we're gonna have to find some bourbons and
that'd be fun.
Yeah, some whiskeys and stuff that are spirit related. But
I bet there's like a moonshine.
Oh yeah, too. So moonshine would be a good one because I love like those moonshine peaches, like where they have.
Oh yeah, the actual peaches in them.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna have to take a look to see what we can find because I think expanding.
And again, if you guys have any sort of alcohol recommendations that have some sort of paranormal name or anything like that related to them, let us know. And obviously this one isn't like paranormal, but it's the Irish theme.
Yeah, and leprechaun. It's got a leprechaun hat on here.
Perfect.
Leprechauns are supernatural.
And speaking of leprechaun hats, let's talk about some leprechauns.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. So this is Reddit thread created by Existential Dread 14. 6 years ago. It's titled, I personally know 2 people who believe they've seen a leprechaun. And
which is a crazy statement.
Yeah. Just as the title states, I personally know 2 people who truly believe they've seen leprechauns. Both of these stories take place in western Pennsylvania. The first story takes place in 1991. My ex-boyfriend's dad was the chief of police of a small town located directly outside of a city. He had several police officers who worked for him, and one was a young rookie cop whom I'll call Mike. The police officers in that jurisdiction often assisted the city police with calls. So Mike was going to a call one day, and he was driving down the road that on either side was a field of tall, dead brown grass. All of a sudden, Mike saw what he thought was an animal coming out of the grass on the left side. He tried to slow down his cruiser, and he saw that it was not an animal, but indeed a small, bald, dirty man dressed in ragged clothes, approximately 2 feet tall, running out from the grass. He slammed on the brakes. The cruiser did not stop fast enough, and he hit the small man with the front of the car.
He hit a leprechaun? This man just committed manslaughter on a, what do you call that?
Like
leper slaughter?
Leper slaughter, I like that.
So he killed a leprechaun. Well, we don't know if he killed him.
We don't know if he killed him yet. The man flew up in the air. Mike jumped out and ran to the front. He said he looked right down at the small man, who then noticed had reddish brown hair. The little man began a screaming evil laugh and hopped up, running into the grass on the right side of the road. Mike ran after him, but all he heard was the sound of his evil mocking laugh.
What?
So dude gets hit by a car and is just like,
He laughs it
Like-
off and runs away.
dude's looking for his Lucky Charms in the field.
And like, think about this for a second. If we believe Mike, and he's telling completely the truth, this is what happened,
Yeah.
no doubt about it in his mind. If you take the stance of leprechauns aren't real, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
What in the world could he have hit that laughed at him? What?
Skinwalker, maybe? Yeah.
Next episode? Hmm?
Let's see what else happens, because this is a decent length one. So when Mike got back to the station, he was visibly shaken. My ex's father said he was pale white and could barely choke out the story. When he finished telling them what had happened, everyone except my ex's dad began howling with laughter. The other cops teased him relentlessly about the leprechaun story, since it was about 3 weeks before St. Patrick's Day. One of the cops went to the dollar store and bought a leprechaun hat. He left it on Mike's doorstep with a note stuck to the brim saying, "I'm coming for you, Mikey."
Dang, they're bullying him.
They were hazing him real bad, because he's a rookie too, so it's definitely...
Poor guy.
The next morning, Mike came in crying and told my ex's father he was quitting the police force.
Yo.
My ex's father believed Mike and said he could tell he was extremely sincere in his belief that he'd hit a leprechaun. He told the other cops to leave him alone about it, and Mike worked with him for years to come. I first heard this story from my ex's father. I could tell he really believed Mike had seen what he had seen. Later that year, Mike was over at my ex's house, and I asked Mike about the story. He grew pale and quiet, and he told me exactly the same story that my ex's father had told me earlier. He insists, and has always insisted, that he hit a leprechaun with his car that day.
Man, Mike, he's got a story.
You've got to watch where you're driving. 2 feet tall, so like cruisers back in the day, like they're Crown Vics, lower cars, that's face level to the bumper. And dude just walks it off and is like, "Nice try," and then just like starts maniacally laughing at
Took
him.
a police cruiser to the dome
Like,
and said, "I'm okay."
dude said, "I'm gonna haunt you the rest of my life."
Yeah, I just ruined your life, actually.
Yeah.
Dang, Mike
And-
got.
Yeah. Like Mike, sorry Mike, like you gotta,
Hey,
I hope he saw some therapy
Here's
for that.
to Mike.
Yeah. Mike, we're taking a sip for you, bud.
we're thinking about you. All right, and the second story of this thread takes place in 1998. My childhood best friend, we'll call her Susan,
All right.
grew up in one of the most haunted houses I've ever been in my life, which is a story for another day. She lives in an old farmhouse way out in the country that's been in her family for generations. I will say, Pennsylvania is pretty freaking haunted.
Well, there's like so many old buildings, like abandoned, like asylums,
It
different
is
things
an
like that.
old state.
Like,
It is an old
I would
state.
love to go check out like 5 or 6 places in one trip just to knock them all out. I feel like we would still have plenty of places to go.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like anytime I'm there, it's just like, oh yeah, this place is haunted. Oh, this place is haunted. This place is
Yeah.
haunted. And Gettysburg too.
Gettysburg, that's another one. That some battles there. Like
Yeah,
you've
some
got
crazy
military. You've got
There's a spot in Gettysburg called Devil's Den, and it's like, I don't know if it's where, I think it might have been where like a bunch of people died, but it's this crazy rock formation.
oh yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah, it is. We have to go to Gettysburg one
We'll
day.
have to try it out because there's so many like historical places around
Yeah.
there. Like we're bound to find.
Dude,
something.
there's one story of in Gettysburg. I think it's a specific night on the year where, in the middle of the night, you can hear and feel like cannons like
Jeez.
booming in your house.
That
Like
would
it's
be-
crazy.
I feel like that would be really creepy. But like
Yeah.
a lot of lore with paranormal and spirits and everything like that is that these spirits are repeating over and over and over again
They're past.
and have just been attached to the area, to items, to to the land.
Especially like a battle site like that. Oh my god.
Like it's filled with so much tragedy. So even if they've moved on, their stain is still there.
Yeah, it's crazy. We need to go there.
I think that would be a cool investigation spot. So 200 likes. We'll go to Gettysburg very
We'll make it a priority. It's important to understand how Susan's upstairs was set up. You go up the staircase, essentially to a dead end, with hallways on either side of the staircase. To the right was a very large bedroom, which is where her parents slept. To the immediate left was her sister's room, then Susan's room. Then an open hallway which led to the bathroom and then a smaller back bedroom. Susan's bedroom had an open doorway to the hallway that faced the bedroom and a small bedroom. I'm going to try and make a graphic of this because I don't.
I just got confused. I got very confused.
I've always had my abilities. Oh, maybe a medium of sorts.
Yeah.
Susan would often tell me of odd things that would happen in her house, and we would discuss odd things that happened to the both of us when we would go over there. One morning, she came into school and told me in a whisper that she had seen a leprechaun in the hallway of her room the night before. I could tell it scared her. I mean, I'd be pretty scared too if I saw a leprechaun in the hallway of my room. But she said she heard rustling noises out in the hallway and had gotten out of her bed to peek around the corner. In the corner of the hall, she saw a small man, approximately 2 feet tall, in dirty clothes with red hair. She froze with fear, then said that the man disappeared. She said she'd seen him before out of the corner of her eye, moving in the hallway at all hours of the day. I remember her clear as day saying it did not look like the leprechaun on the Lucky Charms box.
Oh my god.
So you think of like the nice looking dude there?
Yeah.
This is a dirty,
rugged guy, like smokes like 10 packs a day and is like, hey there kid, I'm gonna come visit you while you're sleeping.
You don't want to run into this guy. Being an amateur paranormal investigator, even at 9, oh my gosh, she's 9 years old, I asked her to draw me a picture. I still have the picture somewhere at my parents' house. She drew a small man with red hair standing in her hallway. She believed she saw the leprechaun one more time, and then she told me she never saw it again.
Weird.
It should be noted too that Susan was not asleep or in her bed the times that she saw the leprechaun. She would see it in the hallway or out of the corner of her eye when she was upstairs. I believe too that she only saw it over a 6-month period. A lot of strange things happened at her house, and I know she believed what she saw and she wasn't just making up stories. Now that I'm older and do paranormal investigations myself, I believe what both Mike and Susan both saw are what are called Tommy knockers.
Tommy knockers.
New lore alert, Tommy knockers. Tommy knockers are leprechaun-like creatures believed by immigrant coal miners to live in the mines and move tools and things like that.
Which makes sense for Pennsylvania, because doesn't Pennsylvania have a lot of mines up there?
Absolutely. This being from Western Pennsylvania, each location where the leprechaun was seen was above or near a coal mine.
All right.
They're often described as dirty, scraggly, sharp-featured looking little men with reddish hair. I can't express how sincere both of them were to me when telling me their stories.
That's kind of crazy.
That's something to think about.
Maybe because it's a super haunted house, I was like, oh, maybe since she's younger, like something not so great, like demonic or whatnot, is trying to manifest itself into
like
something.
a kid or something?
Yeah, to something that would be more approachable. But then when they said, oh, like, what is it, Tommy knockers?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
I've never heard of a Tommy knocker.
We're gonna have to do more research onto that, because
that sounds interesting.
I mean, that does make sense. Like, if they're literally, their house is built on top of a cave system, that would make sense. Like, they're coming up, they're taking a peek at the land, and they just go back down the mines. And
that's crazy. I wonder, like, I just don't know any sort of lore behind Tommy knockers. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But like, that's a crazy story to have these supernatural beings living in the coal mines in like Pennsylvania and places like that.
Maybe this will be a topic for a future video, but I wonder like how many creepy stories we can find for like coal miners and like miners.
I bet.
Because just think about like mining and everything is such a dangerous career, like a dangerous job. There's explosions, there's cave collapses, there's
lack of oxygen.
Right, like people die in this profession.
Yeah.
And that would probably leave a lot of potential for haunted cave systems and mine shafts and whatnot. So
absolutely.
But Pennsylvania, I feel like with not only the haunted lore surrounding Pennsylvania itself, adding into it like coal mines.
Yeah, there's a lot of history.
I feel like that'd be some cool videos. If we could find somebody with a mine shaft or a cave system.
Let's go leprechaun on.
Yeah, like, or Tommy
Oh yeah, Tommy Knocker.
Tommy Knocker.
Hunting.
That'd be,
That's a story.
we'd be number 3 of people that he knows that would locate a leprechaun.
Yeah.
So,
Leave a like if you want us to go Tommy Knocker hunting.
yeah.
I did a little small investigation at a haunted opera house in Pennsylvania. So whenever I have that video edited, it'll be linked below.
Yeah.
It's not edited right now, but I'll get around
That'll
to
be
it.
a cool one.
Maybe I'll
We're
leave a
gonna have
clip.
to, we're gonna have to knock out some videos in Pennsylvania. I think that's gonna be a cool place to try out.
I think we should make the trek up there.
We need to give a rating.
Oh, give a little rating about
So-
what is this? Southern Tier Brewing Co. Irish Cream Stout.
I think because it's a nice, light, like it's not bitey, I'm gonna give this one like a 7.2.
Ooh, that's a good rating.
Yeah?
That's a good rating. I'm not trying to copy you, but I'm gonna do a 7.3.
7.3?
I'm not like a big beer guy,
Yeah.
but I didn't mind this.
Yeah.
I did not mind this at all.
Because I prefer like ciders or bourbons or something like that. So it's funny how I don't like bitey beer. Like,
Yeah.
because obviously bourbon
Bourbon's
is like
crazy.
Yeah. This really like sat nicely and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, not bad at all. If you're
so-
trying to get in the St. Patrick's Day spirit, this is one to pick up.
Yeah, give it a try. It's seasonal. You can get it at your local Total
Total
Wine.
Total
or-
Wine sponsor us. Maybe if you have enough of these, you'll see yourself a leprechaun.
That's fair.
Or a Tommy Knocker if you're in Pennsylvania.
Something might pop out.
Don't hit it with your car though, or do.
Well, you shouldn't be drinking and driving.
Oh
so
yeah, don't hit it with your car. Don't do that. Never
Definitely
mind.
don't hit it with your car,
But maybe see one.
yeah, maybe see one, and then when your friends don't know what you're looking at, then maybe you should probably lay off the beer. But
Let us know how that goes.
anyways, definitely leave a like down below and comment down below if you know any alcohols that you want us to give a try, or spirits, anything that is spirit related or paranormal related, or
that we can drink.
yeah, that we can drink. We don't want to chew it, so let us know down below.
And if you have seen a leprechaun by chance, or a Tommy Knocker, or have any sort of story regarding leprechauns or Irish lore in general, let us know in the comments below.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna catch you in the next video, and we'll see you later.
Peace out.